Hey guys, this is Nate again. It's February 19th, 15 after 12. I was going to go to my normal spot today, Deerfoot, but I noticed the Humble Fisherman was setting up there. And I just decided to give him some room. He does really good stuff, so hopefully you'll be seeing new stuff from him soon. So I proceeded down the road to Policeman's Flats. Fairly busy here, usually all the time, but people are catching fish, I noticed, so I anticipate good things today. I decided to change it up for you guys today. What I'm going to run, I know unfortunately, is a spinner setup. Now I'm mainly doing this for people that are, into spinning or new to fishing. They don't yet have their fly rods, which they should go get as soon as possible. But what I recommend for today's setup, what I'm going to fish with, is Rapala countdowns. Make sure it's a countdown because you want it to sink, and Rapala I prefer over everyone else. Light reel, I use 6-pound line. I don't like using Rapalas, so I use a fairly heavy rod to get the fish in quick. Because of all the hooks, I'm not too into that, but anyways, make sure you debarb it. Make sure you debarb any hook, but especially these. And I notice a lot of guys tend to do this, but when you're fishing for trout with a spin cast, especially a Rapala, do not set it. Don't set the hook like you're in a bass tournament. These aren't bass. They don't have as much cartilage and as rough a mouth as a bass or a pike or anything like that. These are trout. Very subtle hook set. Usually the trout will do it for you because they hit it pretty hard. Just don't set hard with these because you'll tear up the fish's mouth, and it's just not cool. They're not bass, remember that. No big hook sets. And if you have a girlfriend, little brother, son, anyone that just can't get their head around fly fishing, and you do a lot of fishing up on like the Old Man, all the freestone rivers up in the Rockies, I recommend small size spinner, 6-pound line, no bigger, and a light action rod. Go a little lighter than what I got here today. And you can run like a bobber, and there's a big bait ban in Alberta, so you're not allowed using bait or anything like that, but you can tie them flies. So you just run a bobber, give yourself, I don't know, 6 feet, and just tie on the nymphs with this, split shot or whatever. And the lighter rod, but as long as possible. Make sure your light rod is as long as you can get it. And that just helps you obviously get it out there with the lighter setup. But you know what, that works, especially for kids, whatever. That works really well. I've tried it. So indicator, bobber, whatever you got, split shot, and any nymph. About 6 feet below the bobber, 7 feet. Not too hard, depends how tall the person is. But you know what, that works. With a lighter rod, long rod, it's kind of fun. You have a fun day of it. But I'll be using this today. You'll rarely see this from me, but kind of thought of it last night. Let's give it a shot. Okay guys, this is Nate. I made the decision to move. That spot was receiving huge fishing pressure. Must have been 10-15 cars pulling in as I was leaving. Policeman's Flats in the winter. Don't recommend going there. This spot I'm going to show you is mainly for spin casting only with Rapalas. This spot, to get to this spot, you take 100 Deerfoot, south or north, whichever way you're going, to 130th Ave. And then when you get to 130th Ave, you want to take it west. And then you take it west until you can't take it anymore. You'll see a trail. Walk down the trail, and the trail takes you to a place like this. Okay, you can see kind of see the mountains in the distance, but the trail is fairly steep. You're high up, 130 Avs right there. There's a couple guys that do a website called the Bow River Blog. I recommend to you guys to come to this spot in the winter. For those of you that are really into fly fishing, which I am, I'm mainly fly fish, but today I'm doing this for the few viewers. those guys that do Bow River Blog, I won't name them. They know who they are. I meet them on the river quite a bit. I highly recommend this spot to you. You can cast your countdown Rapala in this spot and honestly let it sink for, I don't know, 20 seconds at least. This place is retarded deep. You want to be on this side. Across is Fish Creek Park, but you want to be on this side. The river comes around that corner and hammers this cliff, and it is deep. Really deep. You're not messing around with weeds all day. It's kind of a hairy walk down. It's fairly steep. It's not too bad. But to a fly fisherman, don't waste your time on this side. It's too deep. Fish the other side of the river. So on a map, just look up 130th Ave, and then look across the river, Fish Creek Park, and fish that whole side. Map it out so you can get there from the parking lot, but it's kind of a walk, but it's worth it. Wicked summer fishing spot. Not a lot of people like making the walk. The walk, again, you want to be very careful. Take a spill. I'm in wading boots, so it's a pain in the ass, as you guys know. But it's worth it. Here it is. I pretty much dedicate this spot to the Bow River Blog. Check out their website if you're into Rapalas and spin casting. They do some wicked stuff. Here it is. You don't want to go too far downriver. Where I came down is right at that wood. So you want to fish from the wood, kind of line yourself up with it. Fish from here, upstream to the corner. And this is extremely deep. It's fairly shallow here, but it drops off like crazy fast. Other side is a little more gradual into this hole, so it's awesome in the summer for fly fishing. You can pull out some crazy browns. There's a nice run just up there if you're into streamer fishing in the summer. That run's deadly. That whole other side, right down to the next run, is deadly. But we're going after a brown. I was here the other day. I brought the camera, but it's snowing like a bastard. Fucking hurt my ass. Fuck. Pardon my language. Okay, well, I'll set up. See what we can do. This spot's wicked. Try it out, guys. Especially you couple guys, the Bow River Blog. You won't be disappointed. This is deadly. Big browns. Big browns. Like one followed my Rapala in the other day. I know a lot of people like over-exaggerating in this sport, but when I say close to 30 inches, I'm not kidding. Big browns. Pigs. I even pulled a pike out of this spot. I have it on my cell phone on video, very short clip, but I pulled a pike out of this spot. It's just nuts deep. Let's try it out. Bow River Brown, Rapala, monster. We'll just sit underneath the ice. There he goes. Bow River Rainbow, decent size, scrappy still. There she is, on a Rapala. Decent fish, let her revive, and she's ready. Brook trout imitation Rapala.